welcome to my channel, Andra Makes. I completed another one of my Make 9 projects for the year and I'm super duper excited to share it with you. I'll be going over the pattern envelope with you and showing you the pattern piece. There's only one. And showing you the garment up close on a hanger, and then I will insert pictures of me wearing it and I'll also try it on for you. And I also have a confession to make toward the end. But speaking of one pattern piece, Talisha from Creativity by T and Rochelle from rochelle.handmade.designs are doing a series on their channels about sewing patterns that have 5 pattern pieces or less. So this one definitely qualifies with only one pattern piece, but I'll leave a link to their channels in the description box. So go check out their channels and also check out that series. And if you're on Instagram and you make a pattern that has 5 pattern pieces or less, use the hashtag sewing5 and below when you post your picture on Instagram, because Talisha and Rochelle want to see them and share them on their channel and also on their Instagram pages. Okay, back to my pattern. This is part of my Make 9 2022 challenge, and if you haven't seen my video, I will link it in the description box. I'm pretty excited about it. My take on that challenge is I'm going to sew a pattern from the past 9 decades, one pattern for each decade from the 40s through the 2020s. And I had a viewer's choice on that video for everyone to vote and pick which one they'd like me to make first, and the 1940s dress won, and I've already made it and have a video about it on my channel, and I will link it in the description box as well if you haven't seen it. But the runner-up is the pattern that I'm going to show you today, and it's Simplicity 8452A, and it's from the 50s, and it's this blouse. And now I'm going to go over the pattern envelope with you, and I need my readers. It's described as a Mrs. Vintage knit blouse, and the size range is small, medium, and large, and that covers a bust of 32.5 to 42 inches. And then the amount of fabric you need, if the fabric is 60 inches wide, depending on the size you make, you'll need anywhere from 3/4 of a yard to 7/8 of a yard. And the sewing notions you need are thread and 1 hook and eye. And the suggested fabrics are jersey, stretch velvet, 2-way stretch, and extra fabric is needed to match plaid, stripes, or one-way design fabrics. And I couldn't find the finished garment measurements anywhere, either on the envelope or the pattern pieces, but if I do happen to find them somewhere, I will put it across the screen right here. And this is a remake of a pattern from the 50s, and here's the pattern piece. There's only one, and in the envelope there's a separate pattern piece for each size. So this is for the size medium, which is what I made, and there are only 2 seams on this pattern. It's amazing. It's like origami, the way it's designed and sewn, and then the way you put it on. And if you saw my Make 9 plans video, I actually show each pattern for each decade that I'm going to make, and I was talking about this pattern and I was curious as to, I thought here when you put it on, here are the instructions for how to put it on, but I thought that this end of the blouse wrapped over this way and then this end of the blouse wrapped over that way, and I was curious to see if I could get some type of closure to close those to keep it from coming apart, but it actually doesn't do that. As you can see, it doesn't wrap. There's just like a V right here, but you do overlap the blouse right there and are supposed to put an hook and eye there. So it doesn't end up being like a wrap top. They don't overlap each other. They just form, there's a V right there in the front. And here's my blouse. I love it so much. This is a jersey fabric that I got from Finch Fabrics in this beautiful floral color, all the different colors. And it's gonna be kind of difficult to show it on the hanger because of the way it's designed, but like I said, I'll do my best, but I will try it on for you in a minute. But you can see how it drapes around the neck right here. And then here's what I was talking about in the front. It just makes a V right there. I thought this was a lot longer and would wrap that way, and this was a lot longer and would wrap that way, but it doesn't do that. That just stays in a V right here. And it does, you do overlap it in the front, and they wanted you to use a hook and eye, but I just tacked mine down once I made it. And then here's the back, and it forms this yoke across the back when you put it on, which is really cool. And then it has this V in the back. And I stated in my plans video about this pattern that I'm not much of a tucker-inner, and if I do wear this with higher waisted pants, I don't have to tuck it in, but if I wear it with something that's not super duper high, which I'm going to show you when I try it on, I do tuck it in because of this V. It has a little bit of peekaboo of exposed skin if you're wearing it with pants that aren't super duper high waisted, so I will tuck mine in or wear it with higher waisted pants. I forgot to mention, in the pattern they want you to hand sew all the hems, but I didn't do that. I just sewed mine down by machine. And at the end of the video, if you have any questions about this pattern that I didn't answer, put them in the comments and I'll try to help as best I can. Okay, now it's confession time. This is embarrassing, but you know I'm all about keeping it real here on the channel. It took me longer to figure out how to put this thing on than it did to sew it. The instructions obviously show you how to put it on. As you can see right there, they look pretty innocent and benign, but once you have the garment in your hand and you're looking at the instructions and trying to put it on, you're like, what in the world? There's no way that this could work. So it took me a few tries, but eventually I got it. But it did take me longer to figure out how to get it on than it did to sew it. So now I'm going to go try this on for you, but in the meantime, here are some pictures of me wearing it. For you. You can see it a lot better on a person than you can a hanger, but you can see how the neckline is right there. I like that a lot. Then I'll back up. Have it tucked in. Obviously, if I wear higher waisted pants, I don't have to tuck it in, but otherwise I do. You can see the dolman right there, and I'm going to turn around so you can see how it forms that cool yoke across the back. See that right there? Super cool and fun, and I like how it comes up high on the neck. But this is my 1950s blouse. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye!